So
earlier I was asking you. I think you had some connection problem. I was told you said to Sekou, you told Sekou
I told him
to go back to Africa.
Yeah, that's what I said, and I'm gonna say it again. Take your ass back to Africa.
But why would you say something like that,
Because now, Smash say, you know you can't say that. The truth is, Sekou is directly from Africa. So if a nigga say, nigga, go back to Baltimore, it's really not disrespectful.
Okay, so Sekou, let me curse you out respectfully.
Yeah, cut me out, Reggie. I'm listening to the hypocrisy because I am wondering where you.
I'm gonna curse you out.
Cut me out. I'm listening.
Okay. You have no standing. In our communities. You're an outsider. You have no standing. You're an outsider. Now, what you are doing is you are a new.
What is your community that I don't have no standing in?
African American.
Reggie. Garfield is not an African American. Garfield
is an African American. Garfield is an African American.
Sanetta is a Dominican.
They African Americans.
We African Americans.
What is wrong with you?
Let me finish. Don't want to curse him out politely.
No, because you are wrong.
You have no standing in our community.
Garfield an African American?
You're not
African American
struggle.
Is Sanetta African American?
Yes.
You're not part of the African struggle in the Americas. Now,
you want to bring discrimination. It's embarrassing that you being an.
Come on, man. You gonna interrupt, man? Come on, man. Now it's gonna look like. You see, this is why every time I put him in the chat or Shaka and Dougal, because they always talk and don't want people to respond. I don't know how they do that.
But I said I have the floor.
Go ahead,
now,
Reggie.
I don't know how long you've been studying Shekan Tadia. I don't even know if you've heard his voice personally. I don't know if you've ever met Theophilo Benga, talked to Theophilo Benga. Now, if my community has some questions and I'm a part of that community, I can answer it. Now, there are people who it takes them some time to gather some information. So if Sheffrin wants to say what he has to say, well, we can continue the dialogue with Sheffrin. But don't you ever criticize me for not responding like I'm a crazy convert every time somebody says something about Shekan Diop or any of these people, right? You know why? Because I have a proven 33 years in this, right? And you have, I don't know what your standing is. I don't know what university you went with. I don't even know who your elders are. I don't even know how long. You've told me recently how long you were a Muslim and how long you're not, but that doesn't mean that you haven't studied the culture. Well, I'm going to ask you now, how long have you studied Nile Valley culture? How long?
Reggie, I think you are leading the conversation somewhere else. What you started with no, this is not about me. The discussion was about no standing.
I'm going to put it on you because I want to know your standing.
You say I have no standing to talk about African American community.
No,
I want to understand what you mean
with information. No, you have no standing. You go and talk to your people. I talk to my people, right? You don't talk to my people. Who
are your people? Is Garfield African American?
Why you keep calling my name, man? Garfield is
because I'm speaking. This is Garfield.
Garfield is Heathcliff's cousin, man.
Garfield is the African in the Americas. It don't matter where the goddamn slave ship.
Man, what are you talking about?
I could have been
what are you
dropped off
talking
in Jamaica.
about? Reggie, this is embarrassing. Don't do this, Reggie.
You've been talking to our experience.
It must not be.
May I be heard?
Telling me, okay, cool. You're nobody. You're zero. You got no standing except for YouTube. What scholar knows you? What scholar do you talk to? What university you went to? You got no standing. Stand down. And I asked you, how long you been studying this? Have you been to Egypt? Do you know the meta-nature?
Oh my goodness.
But I want that soundbite that you said, Reggie. My goal is to take down Kemet or to bang on Kemet. You said to bang on Kemet.
No,
and that's what you're doing here. You are now joining on with. I'm talking about the enemy of knowledge or information, all because you hate Jabari, brother, and you don't care. You saying you going up against a Kemetic brother just for the simple fact that you hate our brother Jabari. And, and when you look at what they did, when they did that thing, let me finish. When they did that joint the other day in the debate, what did Quinna came in and said? What did our brother Yara said? No, I'm not going against my brother. I'm not going against no other Israelite brother. And I respect them for that. I'm not mad at Yara for that. We got to learn how to do the same damn thing, man. You know, them brothers, they got a unity that they will stick together. We ain't gonna, they not gonna throw one of their brothers under the bus because they have a little differences with them to us. And that's the shit that we got to get to, man. We got too much soft goddamn skin over here. Damn.
Sanada, I have that stuff you were looking for. I can play it now if you put my screen. It's only a few seconds long. Yes, okay, I'm going to play it. I'm going to mute.
Teach Shaka.
I just wanted to address it, but let me just play. It's only 36 seconds long.
Go ahead.
Yep.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Kemetics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
Damn, Reg, that's hard, right there. You can't get around that. But go ahead, Reggie. I'm gonna let you go. Wow.
Woo.
Reggie is muted. You're muted, Reggie. We can't hear you.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull up something. So, see, there's something that you have to understand, Sanetta. Sanetta, the ancient Egyptians in a text said that he is the one who makes his own gods in a language that can't be erased. The ancient Egyptians made their own gods for their purposes.
And now today, it is so sad that I have to say Dr. Ben is now rolling over in his grave. Dr. Ben is now looking up, looking down or looking around, wherever, at one of his top students. And he is now saying, what happened to you, my brother? You were supposed to carry on the torch. Now you're going against the greatness of my teachings, of what I taught you? I think it was the time when my brother, Dr. Reggie, committed treason when Sarah Sutan said he was going up against Nasi Yashavel. And I should have seen it then when Dr. Reggie secretly went behind all of our backs and gave Nasi Yashavel, a Hebrew Israelite, the antidote, the information that can try to kill Sarah Sutan Seti when Seti was defending Dr. Ben, defending Kemet, defending African culture, but Reggie went and gave Nasi Yashavel information against us. I didn't see it then. I couldn't believe it. I said, no, that's not my brother Reggie. He ain't do that. And then I heard Reggie one day admitted it. And I was so hurt, man. I just couldn't believe it, man. That's when Reggie failed. He have no longer become the backbone of Kemet. He have no longer become the strength of Kemet. And I just got to say, man, I just feel sorry for my brother.
Then, now, Sanetta, I join people with information. I don't join people because of personalities. So I do stick together with Africans and people and people who do kemetic stuff. But I stick together with people who are truthful in their approach, not people
You don't stick with Africans. You told Sekou that he has no standing, that he should talk to his people, and you talk to your people. You don't stick with Africans.
Yeah, because Sekou is not an African from American. He has a different he has a different point of view. So he can't speak for African Americans. That's why I told him that. He has no bearing in my community.
That's so divisive what you just said. It's like Willie Lynch type of mentality.
Yeah,
because he's not African American, he cannot talk about issues that affect African Americans. You guys can talk about the issues that affect Africa, but we cannot talk about the issues that affect people in America. That doesn't make sense to me.
It does if you think about it. It does. He's coming into
did you tell that to Sheikh Anta Diop?
Did I tell that to Sheikh Anta Diop? Where's Sheikh Anta Diop talking about African Americans? Where's he talking about African Americans?
Theophilo Benga, he went to America. He lectured in America. Yeah, actually, he was acquainted with many of the greats that you like.
Points. These are people that you ever met Theophilo Benga?
No, I've seen him. I've seen him, but I'm not acquainted with him.
Well, you seen him on YouTube?
But brother, you like to say I know him and him. In 30 years, you don't have a book, you don't have a website, you don't have a platform. You have to go on other people's platforms. So you can talk all you want that you were acquainted with.
Well,
it doesn't hold any bearing with your scholarship.
Listen, I think everybody knows my work. You're just being introduced. Okay?
What is your work? You've been carrying their suitcases. You went errand and bought them drinks and coffee and tea. Everybody can do that. That's why I nicknamed you Butler.
So Sarnetta, so you allow this person to talk about, I carry Sarnetta's bags and suitcases.
So you are Butler for Sarnetta as well. It's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
and Sarnetta called you the B word. You did not object. You don't have any background.
You know why? You know why? Because Sarnetta is my brother. We can talk behind.
All right, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's get back to the knowledge, man.
On Sekou Keller as to whether or not he can talk about what's going on in the African American community. He can have an opinion. He can have an opinion. He doesn't even live in America. He lives in Canada right now.
I don't live in America either.
Shock. This mutual mic when you can say it to yourself, but you're gonna get back in.
I mean, Sarnetta, this guy Reggie is here saying if you don't live in America, you cannot talk about the issues affecting African Americans. I mean, is this what I came in for?
Yeah.
Theophilo Benga is not from America. Everybody listen to him. He's a scholar. He's a PhD. Sheikh Anta Diop, we listen to him. We respect him. He's a scholar. He's a PhD. So why would somebody tell Sekou, well, you don't even live in America, so you cannot talk about it? And that's why I interjected. I don't live in America, but I am on this platform. Go ahead.
So it depends on what he is talking about. If he's talking about all African people, that's fine. If he's talking about some dispute that we're having in our own community, then he's an outsider in the dispute. When I challenge you to see where Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop is specifically talking about African Americans, except for to be educated. So what I'm just trying to do is
Reggie, I agree with Brother Shaka, because we black people here in America, we talk about every goddamn body. We talk about every country. We talk about every city. We talk about everybody. I believe that I'm sticking with information, brother. Hold on, stop, brother. I'm sticking with the information and what's real. I believe that if Sekou know about what's going on in America, he should speak on it. He's been here long enough, Reggie. You don't think he's been here long enough to see what's going on? You think he just... It don't matter, brother. You speak on people in Canada. Remember them goddamn silly ass so-called Moors up there? And we was banging on them Moors that's in Canada?
I was speaking on the information about what they was bringing. We weren't speaking about our communities.
Nah, it don't matter, Reggie. That sound like white people. That sound like the Hebrews sometimes, or white people trying to stop us from trying to interact with other people. Like we said, like we already said sit like what they call that when you talking to somebody, damn, what they call that shit, y'all? Help me out.
I would tell you, but you tell me to be quiet, so I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah, so be your ass quiet then.
Check this out. Reggie talks about kemetic.
Stereotype. We sound just like them when we begin to stereotype people.
Reggie talks about kemetic. He's not from Kemet. He talks about Nubia. He's not from Nubia. That's all good.
I'm talking about the information, not the.
Sekou is talking about the information as well. And you know the example of the double standard. Reggie is such a fence rider. Reggie kept talking about the Sheikh Anta Diop thing in the museum in New York. So now it suits him, and he says, yeah, and he also claimed that he's in contact with some people with the museums, but it doesn't make any difference to me. But it's all good to say, yeah, Sheikh Anta Diop, they're talking about him in the New York Museum. But then when an African speaks about issues that affect Black people worldwide, including in America, we're supposed to tell him.
But see, there you go again. See, I'm talking about, and one thing is to talk about information, and one thing is to talk about politics. So when we're talking about information, right? And that's what I thought we was talking about, right? I can talk about information, right? Now, if you want to make it personal to people. No, I'm not. And so you make these things about offense.
So Sekou cannot talk about the politics of America?
No, we were talking about information.
No, but Sekou, what is it that he cannot talk about when it comes to African
Americans?
Americans?
He can. I think that it would not serve him to talk about. Lots of times, Sekou comes on and he supports Brother Jabari, right?
That's your issue. That's what you should say. You should say, I hate on Sekou because I hate on Jabari, and he defends
him. I'm like, no, see, you're adding. Don't you see,
brother? Listen to yourself. First, you say he has no bearing. He should talk to his people, and now you just told the truth. You just betrayed yourself. That's because he's defending Jabari.
No, that's your problem. If he is talking about a dispute between me and Brother Jabari, and on the information of ancient Egypt, right? Then he should just leave it to us. But he comes on and he makes his opinion, right?
Doesn't he have the right to?
All right.
Do your thing, my brother. Do your thing.
Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to read what Garfield wrote himself. Garfield Reed wrote himself. And if you can address the Hebrew Israelites for a lot of the lies and misconceptions that they tell in the public, then you can surely please address yourself or correct what you said on Doggy Diamonds TV of all places, trying to make yourself a little bit bigger when you weren't, just like the Hebrew Israelites. So you do share their story. So here it is. It says, this is on the back of your book, right? And here's your picture. So nobody can say, oh, that wasn't me. It's a picture of you right here. And this is what it says. Garfield Reed has been a student of biblical history for the past 30 years. Not only is he a well-known public figure in the conscious community, and let's put a quote on that, he is an independent researcher. Let me repeat this, an independent researcher who began to question the probity of the Bible, of the Bible and its content as a teenager. While attending LaGuardia Community College, he analyzed his religious beliefs and explored other options, leading him to leave the Christian faith. Now, after 4 long years, he's completed a volume 1 of the misconceptions of misinformation of the Black Hebrew Israelites, hoping to enlighten believers and non-believers alike. So nowhere on here did it say that you have a bachelor's degree, Garfield. It does not say that. It said you went to LaGuardia Community College.
He was like, what? He had a book he wrote. He said, what? I write books on this stuff. He brought out his book. I said, yo, we're not going to support this conversation with your book. Go give me an outside source. What? I got degrees in this stuff. And he pulled that damn degree out. What? First of all, I'm around people like Dr. Mayad. And when you have these set degrees, you really have it on a card. That's the only thing you carry around, right? It's a card in your wallet. I'm like, why would anybody carry their degree around, right? He whips out this paper, right? Here, I got, and put it in the camera. I was like, what? But look, he did this though. He pulled it back too quick. I said, yo, let me see that. He was like, no. I was like, right, I'm not gonna tell you who. They called me up and was like, yeah, yo, we got the snapshot. I say, bet we on it. So his actions, the way he was moving, made me realize, yo, if you want to show the camera, but you won't show me. Why not, bro? Because that paper, the paper ain't right. It's all wrong. He know I'm on it. And so, we exposed that part right there. But it wasn't fun because he used it against me. Like, I'm not trying to dig up and figure out what you got. But see, but watch this. To his credit, he actually does have a degree. Forget what college he went to. He played high school. No, he played college football. Great athlete, right? But he didn't have a degree in what he lied. He lied.
And he didn't have the degree that he
didn't have a degree in what he said. Yes, he has a degree in science. I've never had a degree in science. That's how it was spelled. Science. That's what it was on. I remember he misspelled the word science. No one has a degree in science anyway. But it's just so this community is crazy, man. But I think for me and you, for me and you, Shaka, like we've been
American
at this a while,
Dream.
bro. Like
American Dream is in the chat giving me help. He keeps saying that I'm protecting Garfield. Like I don't know where he get. And you mentioned that too, Shaka, that we protecting Garfield.
You said maybe he was playing.
Yeah, I said maybe he was playing, and also that pseudo killers just don't go after a person because they lied. We pseudo killers. We go after pseudos. Just because you lie don't make you a pseudo. That just makes you a lie dishonest person. A pseudo is a person who put forth an unsubstantiated claim and stand on that shit and promotes false information. That's a pseudo. So I don't think Garfield do that. You dig what I'm saying? But I will say, researching Garfield's name, Garfield then said, I've been watching him for a couple years. He says that Garfield Reed is not his real name. So you're not going to find his degree under his name. That is his social media name that he's using, Garfield Reed. That's point one. Point two, I think Garfield got a degree, and I think the name issue, he don't tell people his real name, and he showed me his degree. So for me, it's over. He's not gonna show y'all his real name. You dig what I'm saying? So y'all can just keep on with that. Some people gotta protect their name and their family. So
I'm sorry, brother. Did you say that Garfield showed you his degree?
Yes, he did.
And was it a bachelor's degree in history?
Yes, it was.
Oh.
So
now, hold on. Which university was it from?
Look, I'm not gonna put all his information out there. If he wanna show y'all, he can. I'm saying I seen it. So it's over for me. It's a funny joke. We can keep on with it, and I keep on with the jokes in the comment. But for me, it's settled.
Because and do you believe it was a genuine degree?
Yeah, I don't think he would go. I don't think he would go through all that to lie to me. You feel me? I just don't do it.
Degree. A 2-year degree at that.
Now, some people in the chat said that the bachelor's is like more than 2 years. Like...
No, a bachelor's is a 4-year degree.
Yeah, you're right. It's 4 years. Yeah.
No,
it's bachelor's. What is it?
A bachelor is a 4-year degree.
What's a 2-year degree?
Associates. Associates 2 years.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Chris, you're frozen right now.
Yeah, bachelor's 4 years. Hey, real quick, Garfield just called me. Okay, am I still frozen?
No, now it's okay. Now you're good.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, cool. I just got off the phone with Garfield. I told him to stop on by. He said he saw your email, and he did show me a degree. All right, and Garfield Reed's name was on the degree, and it said social sciences. So he has a degree in social sciences. That's what it said. So that name Garfield Reed was on there, but I did not see, because he had his ID covering up the name of the college. There was his ID covering up the name of the college. So maybe he trying to protect it. I don't know.
Yeah, but social sciences, mostly all degrees in those fields are social science degrees.
Wait, I would like to speak, brothers. I would like to speak now. Sheffrin said that Garfield showed him a bachelor's degree in history. Brother Chris said that
It
Garfield.
says social sciences. It says social sciences.
That's what those degrees are under. Look it up.
No, that's not. No, Chef. Chef, I know what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, but when you receive a degree, you get a minor and a major, and it's gonna say bachelor's in science, a bachelor's in history, or a bachelor's in whatever major you in, because that's what those 60 credits are accredited for.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not saying that he's not educated. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's cool. I mean, like I said, Garfield's an intelligent person. All right, you know what I'm saying?
I'm on the highway. When it flashed, I looked at it. I said, "All right, cool. I can roll with it."
That's how I took it too, Chef. That's how I took it too. You know, I getting out the shower. Hey, he just hit me up. I told him to stop on by and deal with you, Shaka. So you know.
Yeah. So with Photoshop, people can do wonders. But now,
Garfield gonna come by and deal with this man.
now, it looks like Garfield has the first ever transformer degree.
I ain't gonna get you, boy. He gonna get you.
One side is one degree.
The American dream.
And the other side is another degree with another field. He has a double degree.
All right. Hey, he just sent me the screenshot. Hold on, he just sent me the screenshot. Let me come in through my computer before Garfield come on and do some Wu-Tang on your ass, Shaka.
Oh, Garfield. You gotta love Garfield. You gotta love him, man.
I'm about to come into my computer right quick.
Transform degree, man. Man, that's deep.
Hell no. Y'all gotta stop it, yo. Y'all gotta stop it. Hey, I'm gonna get him in here. Let him dispense. But listen, for me, yo, I don't care. I'm saying don't show me no fake ass degree and mess up the spelling. That's all I'm asking. Spell all this shit right, yo. That's all. That's all I'm asking all the people, yo, because I ain't got that.
You see, Neutral for Wellness says, so if Reed is not his real name, what Chef so he has not only two different degrees, but two different names. I mean, damn, this is like
I don't know.
007 type of stuff, man.
Like I said, I'm driving. Like it's not even so show the degree.
Yeah, I don't care about that nigga now. I don't care about nobody real name.
Hold on, Chef. Did he show you that degree today?
Yeah.
All right. So and he showed the degree to Chris today. So on the same day, one person is lying. Either it's Garfield, either it's Chris, either it's Jeff. But on the same day, he showed y'all two different degrees in two different fields under two different names.
No, I said I'm driving. That's the issue. I glanced, I seen it. It's over. You know what I mean? For me.
You said you didn't see Garfield Reed, but Chris just said he saw Garfield Reed.
Yeah,
so
he not driving. He about to show it. He about to pull it up. He about to pull it. He called. That's why I got on, because he just FaceTime. He just called me. And I said, oh, let me get on and tell these niggas the nigga got. I'm sorry, I know y'all don't use the N-word. The dude got a degree. You feel me? Now, whether y'all believe, well, if we look at it and there's some errors on it, that's one thing. You know what I mean? But I told him don't show y'all. It's funnier that way. You feel me?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, hey, Chef, you know what I mean? You laughing about some shit that transpired that we not even ever gonna talk about. It's funny, right?
Right.
Some shit we ain't even supposed to talk about, right? Am I correct?
Right.
See,
right.
There you go. I will never talk about it, ever.
Yo, Chris.
Yeah, what up?
Chris.
Okay, I won't do it then. All right, no problem.
All right, he told him don't put it up.
Okay, I got you. I ain't gonna do it then. No problem. All right. Garfield don't want me to show it, so I'm not gonna show it.
Yeah.
I gotta respect that. I gotta respect that.
I understand. I mean, he has one degree under one name and another degree under another name. So some people living double lives, triple lives, quadruple lives. I mean, he's on some 007 type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
007.
You know.
So here's
my name is Field, Garfield. Special agent with double degrees, transformer degree, 2 different fields, and 2 different degrees under 2 different names.
Listen,
I believe
as leaders, listen, as leaders in the community, man, let's change some rules up, man. Let's do this, yo. So I always feel like I can beat y'all niggas with the information. I've always been that guy because I use experts.
Hey, Unc. You know, Garfield. Okay, go ahead.
I want to give everybody my secret recipe. I use the experts.
So do I.
No, I don't act like I'm reading it. I know the mistakes that Diop's made. I read the whole Cairo Symposium. I know where he was strong. I know where he was weak. And I know where Dr. Ben made some shit up. I know where he was wrong. He was right. Like, yo, it's good for me because, listen, I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to start doing expose me. I'm going to show you where I clearly made mistakes. Random people say, yo, I was wrong. I'm going to say, yeah, you're right there.
I made mistakes too.
10 years ago, I was wrong. I don't feel that way today. Like I used to say, the Egyptians had religion. But after further study, I had to change my
religion. Hey, we have Brother Garfield. There it is. Listen. We have Brother Garfield. Hold on. It's connecting. So, Brother Garfield, it says device is not connected. If you're very familiar with StreamYard, you might have to come back.
Hey, Garfield, man, I took your back on this, man. But, I had your back.
You know, it says device is not connected. I'm sure. Oh, there it is. Is it? Oh, Garfield.
Oh, shit.
Okay, it doesn't have a webcam. I make an exception. All right.
Hey, Shaka. I'm not worried about
welcome, Garfield. Feel free to speak.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, Mayat Forever or whatever you name you go by. What is the purpose of you doing this show? Why did you do this show?
You're always asking what's the purpose. You made a statement publicly on Doggy Diamonds, so I'm just curious.
So why you do it today? Why you do it today? What made you do it today?
Well, there's no time limit. You know, whenever I have time, I address certain issues. And I remember you
heard somebody made a video, and that's why you run, because you want to be like a little gossiping Wendy Williams for the French people. Now, let me say this to you. If you do want to see my degree, you're not going to see it on the air. If you want to do a private StreamYard, I'll do it with you tonight. No big deal.
Well, you know, first of all, I want to tell you, the ad hominems is just not necessary.
No,
you know, hold on, wait. Garfield, let me put this out. Let me put it. I don't want to mute you.
The reason to do this is to
Can I speak? Can I speak on my platform?
Let me finish what I'm saying.
No, but before you have the time to finish. Can I put one out? You always send a shot towards me.
Hold on.
All right, okay. I didn't want to do it, you know.
Oh shit! Shaka kicked somebody.
The ad hominems is not necessary. You know what I'm saying? You don't get comfortable. Reggie's 57 years old. You're not that old. Don't get comfortable. You don't know me like that, you know. So please leave the ad hominems aside, man. Okay? So I remember you back on the platform.
Can I give you the American reason why?
Wait. No. Some people, you know, they think like, you know, but anyway.
American reason for that, yo. Trust me.
I remember when he used to tell people, send me some money and I will show you my degree. And somebody wrote, you know, that he has a book out that's in the public. So why would he hide his name and credentials? So is it because of the, you know, credit repair stuff? Is it because of some scamming? You know what I'm saying? If you're clean, why do you worry about that? But, you know, feel free to speak.
Okay. First of all, my brother, there's many people that come out that don't use their full real name. I do have a name. I mostly use my middle name whenever I'm in public. All right? That's not a problem. As a matter of fact, Chef knows my real name right now. He shouldn't, but he knows my real first name. He shouldn't. But now, because of this conversation, he now knows it. So let me just say this to you, my brother. The only reason you're doing this show, because somebody put a battery in your back for whatever reason. If you would like to see my degree, my brother, send me another email and I'll send you a private chat and we will talk one-on-one. All right?
I would love to see your degree. So feel free to send it to me via email.
Exactly.
And you
No,
got
no, no.
five
I'm
down.
not sending you anything by email. I'm gonna do a video chat and we're gonna look at it together.
All right. Okay.
Because what
So
people like to do, what people like to do is scandalize this community, conscious community. They hate you, they love you, they hate you, they love you, and they love gossip. So what I'm going to do for you,
like the sperm count, for example, that's not gossip.
I'm going to do for you. No, don't bring that up. That's between me and him. Don't bring that up.
Now you tell me what to bring up. You brought it up publicly, but it's okay.
Yeah, I brought it up publicly because did you know what did that person say on the other side? What did they say?
He said that he knows somebody. He didn't go into specifics, but we're gonna go in circles anyway.
Yeah, but why bring it up though? Why bring that up though? What's the purpose of that?
You banged on him for 2 years. I don't know if you remember.
What is that to you though? But what is it to you?
What do you mean?
I just want to know, what is that to you that I said his sperm count? What is it to you though?
That's not scholarship. That's not having good character.
That's an ad hominem. So what is that to you? How is it benefiting you now?
It's not benefiting me. It's not benefiting anybody.
That's the point. So what's the purpose of doing this show? You have a motive.
This
is why I did not want. Hold on. So this is why I did not want to come on. But I will do a private StreamYard with you, and I will show you.
The private stuff is not my thing. But do
you maintain? It's about trying to embarrass someone. That's
how is it embarrassing? How is it embarrassing?
You're going to, as a matter of fact, why don't we bet some money if I have a degree? Let's bet some money.
You tried that card before, and you with Batishan and the butler disrespected me.
I want to bet you right
I don't want to bet anything. I've heard that before. I know I heard that before.
Well, anyway, bro, I'll hit you up after the show. When the show is over, I'll hit you up with an email. All right.
Well, thanks for calling. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, because what is the purpose? What is how me having a degree? What is it to you though?
Well, you made a statement publicly, and I wanted to know for sure. So, do you maintain that you have a bachelor's degree in history?
And I have an associate's degree also, and I have other degrees. Right. So, what's your point?
Okay. All right. Well, that's great. Why you didn't put that? Why you did not put that in your book though?
Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. Hold on a second. Hey, Unc and Sheffrin, peace and love to y'all, and Chris, peace and love to you. Shaka, peace and love to you, my brother.
Peace and love to you. Everything, peace.
I got all y'all back. Y'all great.
No,
good guy.
We need to put all these clowns to the side.
When you say you believe that, you mean you believe that he has a bachelor's degree in history?
Oh no, I know he don't have one.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying I believe what you said.
Oh, okay. So you actually know Garfield personally, do you?
Yeah, he was actually Garfield was with us and Team Osiris for a minute. Okay. And he left. Yeah, yep. Did y'all know that? Yeah, Garfield was in Team Osiris for a minute. Raw Squad ain't want him.
So Brother Onk is very close to Garfield. Do you think Onk knows that Garfield doesn't have a bachelor's degree in history?
Onk knows everything. These guys sat on the phone with me for 3 hours because I was really like destroying everything. They were like, yo, man, like you're destroying everything we built. I'm like, but I'm telling the truth though. They know that. Y'all know that. Y'all called me on the phone, and that's the same phone conversation when you guys wanted me to debate Sanjetti and take his place on the team. Same conversation. And then that same day or the next day, y'all made a 5-hour video about me. Who does that? Y'all don't got jobs?
So, brothers and sisters, we have the brother Chris who says that Onk knows everything. He knows that Garfield doesn't have a
bachelor's degree. You know everything, man.
So, Onk, I wonder why, and I made a video asking why you're defending a cult.
Let me say this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can't get on the team without Onk. Onk's the gatekeeper to Raw Squad. You can't get in without Onk. I don't know how they're doing now because, like I said, I separated myself. I don't know what they're doing, but I know back then Onk was the gatekeeper.
So, Onk, why do you cap for Garfield? Why do you support his lies? We have a whole community looking, Onk. Why?
And y'all got us looking stupid as black people. You already know the world don't like us anyway. And y'all giving them extra reasons to not like us. And it's people like us that we feel like we going crazy and we're telling the truth. And y'all lying to the whole world.
See, I've been real nice towards you, dog. You ain't even got a bachelor's. I dare you to come forward now, my nigga, and show everybody that fake ass bachelor's degree that you showed me, or I'll bring it forth. You don't have a bachelor's degree, my nigga. I cap for your ass over there on Brother Shaka's channel, but I won't cap for your ass no more.
The proto-Semitic Allah further down tells us was a black God represented by a black bull whose hide denoted his black skin.
Here's the picture that he showed on the screen. It's a deity El, the god El. Pay attention to the crown or the headdress, if you will. This is a picture from the front of the same statue, a little closer, and a little bit from the side here. Now, this headdress is actually the Atef crown. If you go on Webster's online dictionary, that's what it says. Atef is the specific feathered white crown of the Egyptian deity Osiris. It combines the head jet, the crown of Upper Egypt, with red ostrich feather for the Osiris cult. The Atef crown identifies Osiris in ancient Egyptian painting. If you go to Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster, it says Atef, hold on, a tall crown with a long feather on each side, shown in the art of ancient Upper Egypt as worn by Osiris. Okay? Here you can see Osar or Osiris with the Atef crown. This is from the papyrus of Nebket. It's actually in the Louvre Museum, and you can see me filming that papyrus on the video entitled Reality Check. Why black people ain't going nowhere, but you might as well put Afro Style Reality Check, it's gonna come up. And in here, it's also from the Louvre Museum. You have Osiris in the middle with the Atef crown, and the description for it, if you go on the website of the Louvre Museum and you type Royal and Divine Triad, you can do a search and you will see they mention that he is actually wearing the Atef crown. Now, finally, you can compare the crowns. Okay, first you have the god of the Arabs Negroes, which first is El, but somehow, some way becomes Allah. But that's up to y'all. That's up to the doctor. And then you have the one that I showed you, Osiris. Then again, from the front, compared with another statue of Osiris, and then finally the same statue from another angle.
Biblical king's seal discovered in dump site. This is the royal seal of the king Hezekiah, and here we have an ankh. And finally, last but not least, you need to see it to believe it. The God of the Bible, El, slept in his own dung and urine. This is Ugaritic narrative poetry, page 195. And we also have this book here, the Masriya in the prophetic literature, where it clearly says that El floundered in his own feces and urine.
I was on mute. Hotep Senu Hena Senut Iti Ren Ishakandugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. Let me check the sound first of all. Hold on. Sound is okay. The title of this live stream is What is Culture? I wanted to touch that point with some video that I will show you. Some of you may have seen it, but that's for later on. I want to say that I am so happy about yesterday's live stream with our brother Born FOG, which stands for Feet on the Ground. He did not mention receiving cash apps. I hope he did. I reconnected with some brothers that I haven't spoken to in like a decade, man. Such a beautiful feeling. I was going to talk about this after, but I'm worried that I may forget. So I just want to talk about the status quo. We had this. Oh, by the way, we do have. Well, we do have Sister Julanda in the place to be. And for those who are wondering, only the members of the channel can post in the chat. And if people want to become members, well, you have the link to join here. It is pinned, which means that it remains at the top of the chat. It's $3 per month, which is $36 per year. And I would not know any of your personal information. This is handled by YouTube/Google. I have to repeat it. You never know who's on the live stream. It's a way to support me and a way for me to avoid the trolls, because it takes surveillance, so it takes time. I've been live streaming on a regular basis for about 3 years. And there's so many people who say, I got you, brother, I support you, and they never did anything. You know, I suggested $1 a month back then. And $1 a month is $12 a year. And it's okay. I don't want to dwell on that for too long. So we do also have kinetic energy in the place to be. We do also have Mentuson, who says that it is 5 a.m. where he is. Now in Philly, it's 6 a.m. So Philly has the same time as New York. So feel free to drop your comments, brothers and sisters. So when you have the status quo, like for example, at one point in America, black people had to get at the back of the bus, and we know what happened with Rosa Parks. There is a train station in Paris, or just near Paris, that bears the name Rosa Parks. There is a movie. I want to look for the title because I don't know the title in English. A lot of time when they release movies in France, they change the title, you know, to fit. You know, sometimes the title is the same, sometimes they change it. For example, the movie with Johnny Depp, where he plays the Irish mobster. In America, it is Black Mass, right? Well, in France, they entitled it Strictly Criminal. The movie with LL Cool J and Omar Epps in America is called Into Deep. In France, they called it Gangster Cop. There's some expressions that you cannot really translate. So if you would translate Into Deep in French, people maybe like, you know, and that's how it is with languages. So that's what they do. So Hidden Figures, there it is. Hidden Figures. How did he call it in French? So you can have an idea. I think it's like Woman of the Shadows or something like that, but I'm going to tell you. Well, Les Figures de l'Ombre, the figures of the shadow. You know, doesn't sound the same, does it? But anyway, Hidden Figures. Nice movie. Nice movie. We have Yvette in the movie. For those who know the movie Baby Boy. Now, in that movie, Hidden Figures, you have a lady who faces discrimination. They don't want her to use the same coffee holder, coffee machine, or whatever you want. I don't drink coffee, so I'm not familiar with the jargon. So they put colored, you know, they put the color sign so they know that's the one she should use. And because there's no colored bathroom, you know, basically when I say colored for the young generation, you know, it means for black people, you know, that was a term that was in use on a regular basis back then. So she has to go very far away where there is a bathroom for black people. And it takes her like 40 minutes. If you haven't seen that movie, it is worth watching. It's a nice movie, based on a true story. So one time she comes back and her manager, her higher up, is like, and it's played by Kevin Costner, by the way. He's having a go at her. Like, you know, every time you're not there, what's going on? She says, there's no bathroom for me. Then she breaks it down. She explained that there's no bathroom for her. She has to go to the other building. It takes her that much to get there, that much to come back. She actually has to go during the lunchtime. Barely even have time to drink. So she's speaking out. She raises her voice. She says even that stuff that nobody will touch, you know, talking about the coffee stuff, you know. Then she ends up saying, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but, you know, excuse me if I have to relieve myself, you know, basically use the bathroom. Then she leaves the place and they're all looking at each other like, you know, they know they're wrong. They know it's foul. She spoke out against this status quo. Then the next scene, we have Kevin Costner, who's like one of the bosses over there. One of the heads of the NASA in the movie. And he has some crowbar, I think you call it crowbar, but some piece of iron. And he's just destroying the colored, the whites only sign or no colored sign, you know, that sign that causes segregation. He's destroying it, you know, hitting it until it falls down. Then he says, there you go. Bathroom for everybody. And I'm paraphrasing. And he's carrying the sign of segregation. And as he leaves, he turns around and says, at NASA, we all pee the same color. You see? And we have some people who are trying to normalize something that is wrong. And that thing that is wrong, to me, though it doesn't have the same result, is similar with what happens in, and I don't want to say the name of the country, but some countries, they have some ethnic conflicts which cause death. In South Africa, it is a huge problem Is it normal for somebody to be faulted because of his geographic location? Is it normal for somebody to be faulted because of his geographic location? In America, we have this movement first it was ADOS, but they didn't seem too vicious towards non-African American, and then somebody hijacked that movement and came up with FBA. And when we hear him talking about non-African Americans, it is disturbing. It is vicious. You would think non-African American are responsible for the condition of foundational Black Americans. And people are coming up with justification for that. So because of the place where you were born, you are at fault. Because of the place where you grew up, you are at fault. It wasn't a choice of your own. And hypocrisy is that these were never told to Marcus Garvey, who wasn't born in America. It wasn't told to Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, who wasn't born in America. It wasn't told to Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop, who wasn't born in America. It wasn't told to Dr. Theophilo Benga, who wasn't born in America. And the list could go on. It wasn't told to Dr. Ben Yosef Ben Yakanan, who wasn't born in America. The list could go on. Mentuson wrote, it sounds like a cop-out people make when they come with a super weak argument. Yes. And we've heard Reggie. If you haven't heard it, it's in the intro. He's so wrong. Who told him that he was wrong? When he was on that panel of Trackfield, the Christian apologist, who told him that he was wrong? The funny thing is that even Trackfield, who is of Jamaican descent, he wasn't born in America, well, not to my knowledge. By his accent, it's obvious that he spent a fair bit of time in Jamaica. I think he was born over there, but he definitely grew up over there. And when Sekou said to Reggie, no, you're wrong. Then he asked, is Trackfield, well, like he mentioned Trackfield not being from America. Trackfield goes, oh, why you say my, no, why you say my name? We had a whole platform of grown men. And none of them told Reggie that he was wrong. And besides Reggie telling him that, besides Reggie telling Sekou Kelly that he has no standing in the community, that he's an outsider, that he should talk to his people, and Reggie would talk to his own people. Reggie said, you speak to your people, I speak to my people. Nobody told him that he was wrong. And until this day, no amendment was made. Did he recant his statement? How does that get a pass? That's coming from an elder. It's the world upside down. And the sad thing, Reggie admitted it. You've heard it on the intro as well. When we were on Sinetta Studios, ultimately Reggie admitted that it's because Sekou supposed to bury. So that's a new thing now. An elder who's supposed to have wisdom, he has knowledge, that's for sure. How is that possible? How do we look like? Now, can you picture a Chinese person who lives in America, who was born in America, and another one who was born in China, grew up in China, and the one that grew up in China is speaking with the Chinese person that grew up in America, and the Chinese person that was born and grew up in America tells you, you have no standing here, you're from China. You speak to your people, I speak to my people. Can you imagine how ridiculous that would sound? Now, this is what we've heard. It's extremely similar. Because I know you're going to say, oh, no, not the same nationality. No, brother, I'm sorry. What have we been talking about for all these years? We've been talking about black talk, black history. Where does that rule come from? That new rule that I'm unaware of. I mean, the arguments were ridiculous. The arguments were ridiculous. The justification attempt was ridiculous until this day. Till this day, nobody's addressing that. The whole conscious community, nobody's addressing that. And that comes from an elder. That comes from an elder who apparently has a standing in the conscious community. So people are going to act like they don't know what was said. People are going to act like it gets a pass. Right? Some of you know, and welcome, thank you, Wab Fong. You see, he kept his word. Yesterday, he said, tomorrow I'll join, I'll become a supporter. Do you know how many people told me, you know, when I get paid, brother, when I got it, you got it. Yeah, I'm going to donate to you this week. Someone even sent a donation on Cash App and then canceled it, you know. But it's okay because they're going to say, oh, he's money hungry. We're talking $3 a month with no obligation. It can be canceled every time. That is $36 a year. But some people will spend money so that people of European descent can go against some black men. But I digress. Thank you, welcome, Wab Funk. I'm glad that you're here with us now. Feel free to participate in the chat. So, what does Professor Smalls think about it? Is he aware of that? What does Professor Leonard Jeffries think about that? Is he aware of that? What does ASCAC think about that? Are they aware of that? See, my battery is low now, so I'm going to have to switch to the mobile phone. I have to switch to the mobile phone. People act like it's all good. People act like it was a normal day at the office, like it was just a walk in the park. And it's one of the worst things that ever happened recently. It is. Oh, how much do I have? I won't have time to play.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
1, 2.
1, 2. 1, 2.
1, 2. Can you hear me, brothers and sisters? Can you hear me? It takes a few seconds for the comments to appear on the StreamYard. It appears kind of, yeah, thank you, Mentorson. It appears immediately on the chat.
Oh, there it is. It wasn't told to Mentu's son that wasn't born in America. Can you remind me where you were born, brother? I'm sorry, sometimes I forget, because we have more and more people, as you can see. But thank you for letting me know that you can hear me well. We have Andrea Brunet as well. I'm glad you're all here. So that's one of the worst things that was said. Now, I think that this evening I will do What is Culture Part 2. Oh, Haïti. OK, qui j'en ai, mon cher? Eh bien, il y a un compatriote là. I can't remember if Haiti Blues became a member as well. Do you know Haiti Blues? So I think this evening I will do a part 2 so I can show the videos about the culture so people can have an idea. I want to make some commentary. I want you to see something, brothers and sisters. So I'm going for the last few, probably couple of minutes I have on that laptop before it closes on me. That laptop doesn't even do 4 hours. When it's fully charged up, yeah, AT Blues is a supporter, Now, Wab Funk wrote when Reggie went against his own mentors, but people act like he's so good. And I'm not saying go and vilify the brother, but his hate has blinded him. It is amazing, man. So that is the new status quo now. We just let it fly like that just because he's an elder. It's wrong. And we're lucky that our brother Sekou kept it pushing, because you could imagine he could have got hurt and decided, well, you know what, if it's like that, now I'm going to just, live my life. It's so hurtful, man. Now, all this other time he spoke, they never told him that. And some people use that. You say something they don't like, oh, from here anyway, you don't understand. I heard Simino talks 10 years ago when I disagree with the anti-Black and anti-African lessons. As a matter of fact, there's that clip that I've been playing. And you know what? Hold on. I think I can play it even from the mobile phone. Now, when somebody who is from America says some foul stuff, it gets a pass. Can you imagine if an African brother or a white dude would have said what you're going to hear now? And most people in America, whether they are part of the conscious community or not, most of them don't address that. Now, you know what? You should send this to Mutabaruka, for whoever knows Mutabaruka, because Mutabaruka has heard the audio from like the 70s, according to Farrakhan, where he talked about, natural hair as a disease catcher and a disease carrier. But that video there is from 1992. Some will argue, oh, that was a long time ago. But nobody has recanted. This is the doctrine of the NOI. So somebody, if you know Mutabaruka, I know Mr. Vegas knows Mutabaruka. If you happen to hear this, brother Mr. Vegas, feel free to let him know about this excerpt. The entertainers, the athletes, the rappers, the politicians, the so-called conscious community who is cool with rapists and even pedophiles, none of them dare to say I disagree. But if it was a brother from America, they'll be like, oh, you see, you heard what is said about us. They look down on us. And if it was a white dude, let alone a Jewish person, oh my goodness. Let's listen up now.
So Shabazz was not permitted to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa, to make a people close to nature. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, this is the origin of kinky hair. Because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight, the hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other people is the same as their eyebrow. Your eyebrow straight, your hair something different. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? That's why you so busy frying it. That's why you so busy pulling it. Because your nature tells you that the kink I mean, you know, with I'm black and I'm proud, we got to learn to be proud of kinks. Because most of your family of other black people on the earth, jet black. They didn't have no broad nose and thick lips and kinky hair. They were dark-skinned people, jet black. But they had straight hair, a thinner lip, a thinner nose. But we are marked as a different kind of black person. And we were rejected and despised, not only from the circle of the gods, but we were despised and rejected by all the other dark people of the earth. This is why today black people with kinky hair and broad nose and thick lips are rejected in every society. I want you to hear me well tonight. Yes, sir. Why are we rejected? Because the essence of beauty is in obedience and submission to God. And the essence of ugliness is when you rebel against God. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, you are marked with a certain mark of your rebellion, which is the disfigurement of your internal self, which manifests in the disfigurement of your external self. And this is why when you look at our people, wherever we are found on the earth, you find us either disfiguring ourselves physically because we are disfigured on the inside because of rebellion.
So, you've heard it. Is this culture? Like I said, the athlete, entertainers, movie stars, rappers, singers, conscious community, black Christians, black Muslims, black Jews, black Hebrew Israelites, and even a fair bit of so-called kemetic people, so-called followers of Ma'at and Kemet, that gets a pass. Why does it get to pass? Why is it that something that would not be accepted if it was said by a white man or if it was said by some people outside of America, why does it get the pass? What is the justification? Tell me, I'm curious, why does this get a pass? What's the justification? This is self-hate teaching. So we're going to spend time going through the museums, showing the artifacts, translating the artifacts, learning languages. And some people are just going to come and teach you self-hate, and you're going to make excuses for it or act like you never heard anything. Why? Why is it that nobody speaks about that? How many other ethnic group or race, for lack of a better word, because you know, I've been talking about this actually. Some people, you know, but race is a social construct, so they say now. Have you ever seen a Asian or Chinese person who is a leader of Chinese person that's going to say things like that? Oh, well, just Chinese people you are mocking. That's why our eyes is thing like that. Have you ever heard some European or white-skinned person, Caucasoid or Caucasian, say, oh, well, we are marking this figure, that's why our skin is like that, because we rebelled against God? Why is it only with black people that it is accepted when there was some anti-self teaching? So the way we are now is not the way God made us. It's the same as the curse of Ham. It's the same as the curse of Ham. But it gets a pass. Why does it get the pass? Because we have some weak dudes who won't have the courage to say that it's wrong and that they disagree. And people love to follow. People love to follow. They have no backbone. I'm not saying go to war, but at least say, I disagree. If you do the test, brothers and sisters, if you do the test with all those people who talk that black talk, black history, the people who have doctorate degrees, the people who have master's degree, the people who don't have a degree but who are well known in the community, the people that you see on the DVDs, on the documentaries, the people that make lectures internationally or nationally, if you ask them the question, they will bug dance. Many of them will bug dance. They will not answer. Do you disagree with that? Just that question, they will not answer. Because they will be worried about rubbing feathers. But yet they're the revolutionaries. They are fighting for our people. They are leaders, warriors, but they won't even say, I disagree with that. That's wrong. That's anti-African. That's anti-black, anti-blackness. They won't even say that. But we're supposed to follow them. They're going to lead us somewhere. I'm not saying go to war. I'm not saying go and fight with your brothers who share a different philosophy. But can't you at least say, I disagree? Is it too much? But when a young brother, well, not that young anyway, when a brother speaks because he agrees with somebody, and the person that he's speaking with is hating on that somebody, then he's going to be told, you have no standing here. You are nobody. Where is the logic here? We have a brother who was born in Africa. He's been down for the struggle, for the information. He spoke for months. We know him. He hasn't said any anti-black stuff. The guy who has a doctrine that is anti-black, self-hate teaching gets the praise. No criticism. But the brother who hasn't said anything that is self-hate teaching is going to be told, go back to Africa. You have no standing here. Where's the logic here? There is no logic here. If there's a logic here, let me know. I'm planning on live streaming this evening. Let me know. And this evening, I will open the lines. That's the truth. That's the sad truth. That's the reality. Yeah, they will talk about manhood. They will talk about liberation. They will talk about freedom. They will label themselves warriors, revolutionaries. Yet they cannot say, I disagree. That's wrong. Shabazz took his family to the east jungles of Asia that we now call Africa. To make someone closer to nature. We are marked as a different kind of people. The disfigurement in your internal self, which manifests in your disfigurement in your external self. The essence of beauty lies in obedience, and the essence of ugliness lies in disobedience. The essence of ugliness. You understand English better than I do, don't you, brothers and sisters? English is not my mother tongue. But we all understand what the essence of ugliness means. But all those warriors and revolutionaries, they will not even say, I disagree. Some people are going to have to step out the way. How are we going to progress? Now, even people who touch on babies, they get a pass as well. Now, I don't live my life thinking, is the man looking at me? Is the man laughing at me? It is not just the man, it's the whole world. It's the whole world. See this conscious community right there? You see these Pan-Africans out there? You can be a rapist. You can be a pedophile. You can teach anti-black stuff. You're still part of them. The truth hurts sometimes. The truth hurts sometimes. That's the reality. And it's not from yesterday. It's been like that 10 years ago. Now, you notice one big difference. 10 years ago, there were so many Asiatic black men who would attack me and disrespect me. Now they don't do that anymore because, hey, it's no longer privately in their temples that this thing is talked about. Now it's public for the whole world to see. But amazingly, who is attacking me and disrespecting me because I disagree with that, besides some other fraudulent activities and falsehood? Some so-called Kemetic people and others who are not necessarily followers of Kemet or Ma'at, but part of the so-called conscious community, part of the movement, part of the struggle. Does that even make any sense at all? Does that even make any sense at all? So the people who teach anti-self teaching, self-hate teaching, they get the praise and the millions invited everywhere, charging I don't know how many thousands of dollars for speeches. But the real ones who've been solid and represented, they get disrespected. And the disrespect is accepted. How is that possible? How is that logical? If you have some friends or family members who teach anti-black teaching, I'm not saying go to war with them, but you cannot co-sign them, and you have the right to tell them you're wrong. If a white person would have said what we heard, everybody will be talking about it. But it comes from some elders, so it gets a pass. Mentuson wrote, I was born on the other side of the island where they idolize a colonizer. I presume it means that he's from the DR, the Dominican Republic. Wab Funk wrote the hate that breeds hate, sad. The Pharaoh is in the place to be. I don't know what HRP means. Wab Funk wrote, Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Reggie is damaging his own legacy because of the hate for one man. Reggie's elders are still alive, and he's doing this now for what? I mean, he can go and tell people, F you. He can say, F him. He can say, I'm not a captain, saver HOE. He can tell a brother, you have no standing here, you're nobody. It's up to you. I talk to my people. Then on another platform, days after, when he had time to think, on Sanetta Studios, when I bring that up, he's trying to make justification for it. Talking about, oh yeah, but you know, if it's here politics, what? At one point, you hear me asking him, "Are you serious, Reggie?" Yet, who told him that he was wrong? Sanella told him straight up. He didn't take weeks. He didn't take months. You heard what Sanella said. But you have some other brothers, they won't even tell him he's wrong. Why? Because they also hate on one man. Dang. Dang. The Pharisees wrote, "Thank you, Shaka." Mentuson wrote, "Louis lost me when he did Kari dirty." Oh, man. The way Kari was done, man. Mentuson wrote, "I heard that clip after I was already done with him." We have a whole conscious community. And you know what's funny? They want to make fun of Jabari because they first lied on him, saying that Jabari spoke to a mommy. We have established that it was a lie. The person who lied wouldn't even admit that he lied. They talk about him hearing a voice, and I've shown that Elijah Muhammad said that he heard a voice. There is a tape of Farrakhan saying that Elijah Muhammad told him he had a vision. Farrakhan. It's on YouTube. So remind me, please, brothers and sisters, this evening, which will be late after 4 p.m. EST, maybe 4:30. See, Wapfung doesn't know about this. I mean, really, yes. What Farrakhan talks about his experience that he had. And it sounds like a science fiction movie. That's way after Elijah Muhammad's death. Elijah Muhammad passed on in 1975. And I think I will make a separate video for that. I already have Jabari heard a voice. You mean just like Elijah Muhammad? And in parentheses, tap dancing for Jesus. Those people are so hateful towards things that are African, and now there's somebody that represents for an African culture, and they want to make fun of him. But I will show you, brothers and sisters, I don't even think they will be able to have all those videos removed by the end of the day. Farrakhan spoke to the press. It's in color. It's not just an audio. It's in color. It's a video. And Farrakhan talks about the experience that he had. And Elijah Muhammad spoke to him to warn him about something that's about to go down. A lot of you don't know that stuff. So they will hopefully change that narrative. They are acting like Jabari is pseudo for talking about what he said. But you will hear Farrakhan making a whole breakdown, talking about he heard the voice of somebody that passed away in 1975. And when Farrakhan said that, if I'm not mistaken, it was in the 90s. So we have a case of double standard. We have some weak dudes around. The double standard is crazy. It's out of hands. The Pharisees wrote, "I was finished with Farrakhan after the Malcolm X confession he made. It was sad to me." Well, people will say he never made any confession, but I know what you mean. Well, also the video when he said, "And frankly, it ain't none of your business. What do you have to say about it? Did you teach Malcolm? Did you clean up Malcolm? Did you put Malcolm out before the world? Was Malcolm your traitor or was he ours? And if we dealt with it, and if we dealt with him like a nation deals with a traitor, what the hell business is it of yours? You just shut your mouth and stay out of it. I mean, damn." So we can talk about nearly everything, but a man was murdered in broad daylight in front of his followers and his family. What the hell business is of yours? You just shut up and stay out of it. I guess now we're going to have some brothers going to say, "Oh, that's personal." Oh, I'm not worried about this beef. I'm worried about the information. The information is whatever they choose. This is talking point. And then lying. Bringing those women saying that those were wives, when in their own newspaper they were labeled as prostitutes. If they were wives, they would not have filed a paternity suit. We have the records. They cannot change history. They can lie, but the facts are there. At least one of them expelled, or let's say put in isolation for adultery. How is your wife going to be accused of adultery if she slept with you? They were not wives. It's a lie. One of the greatest lies coming of what we call the so-called conscious community. 28 years later, what happened? Look at them. They were the wives. And people bought that. And we're supposed to follow those weak dudes. Why do they get a pass? Natural hair is a disease carrier and a disease catcher. The afro is a bush. Who said that? It wasn't me. But if a white dude would have said that, all these little revolutionary Pan-Africans would have been opening their mouth. They are weak dudes. With that alone, it shows you that they are weak dudes. Self-hate teaching, anti-black teaching. Sadly for them, he didn't just talk about Africans, he talked about black people. Because some of them would have said, oh, we're not concerned with that. We're not the same. We're different, blah, blah, blah. He's talking about black people. He's talking about black people. As a matter of fact, where was Farrakhan born? They're not going to tell him he'll go back to St. Kitts and Nevis. Isn't that where he was born? Wasn't he born on some Caribbean island? But they might argue, okay, he has the American nationality. He has the United States, or he always had the United States citizenship. You know, they're going to come up with something, you know. That double standard. And those are the people who are going to lead us somewhere. They won't admit that they are wrong, and the people around them, the council of elders, the council of the wise, we're not even telling you are wrong about that. You have to recant on that statement. Even Moses, I have shared that Moses, it's probably the KJV translation, when he's on Mount Sinai, according to the theology, according to what's written in the Bible, when God wanted to get rid of those people, of the so-called Israelites that he took out of Egypt, Moses tells Yahweh, Elohim, El, repent on what you want to do. And God repented. I have shared that already. It's on my timeline on YouTube, on my timeline on Twitter. Even Moses told God, repent. You took them out. You had us doing, I'm paraphrasing right now at this point. You had us going through all of this, and now you want to kill them? Repent. And God repented. But some elders apparently are higher than Yahweh, Elohim, El, Adonai, El Shaddai. He's higher. Nobody can tell him that he's wrong. So that elder, depending on his feeling, is going to say somebody, you know what I'm saying, you have them standing here just because of hate. It's foolishness. But nobody says a damn thing. And we're supposed to have some organization and do business and transactions with people like that. That's what we were supposed to do. Now, yesterday I found out that we have some anthropological linguists and historians who's been throwing salt on Dr. Ben's name, making anti-Kemet rant in Kemet. And that's another case. People count for the dude for I don't know how many years, being fraudulent, disrespecting black scholars, black PhDs. And then we have the track field dude who done everything on the planet Earth. Who has I don't know how many degrees that nobody's seen. Dude was a Rastafarian. Dude was a Nation of Islam member. Dude studied biblical history for 30 years. Dude was a bodyguard for Spike Lee. Dude received a couple of $1 million, and we have a whole bunch of grown men, groupie cheerleaders camping for the dude. And that's a conscious community. And they're going to disrespect you and tell you that you should pay $1,800. Basically, it's my fault. It's my fault. I have to pay the $1,800. They're switching the narrative. I mean, who's going along with this? And everybody's saying that, but nobody's saying Jack. Where will we go with people like that? How far will we go with people like that? It is ridiculous. It is straight up ridiculous. You take him up on it. You take him up on it. You pay the $1,800, and then you get to find out. In 2023, for real. It's been 1 hour and 36 minutes, man. I'm sorry, I didn't go through the. Let me go through the comments, man. People support me. I want to go through the comments. Wab Funk wrote, when you see Saneda confused at why Reggie is doing this now, it means a lot. How does Reggie shatter his legacy like this now? And why? And for who? And for what? For track field? Out of jealousy and for track field, unfortunately. And it's a shame because it's hard to recover from this. Now, hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on now. People act like they haven't heard anything. People act like they haven't heard anything. Hold on now. Just hold on. Hold on. Wait. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. You need to ask CAC members. You need to ask Getty Amen, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, Dr. James Smalls, Dr. Mario Beatty, what they think about this. It's less than 1 minute. They cannot say, oh, I don't have time, I'm too busy.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Kemetics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
And that's the guy who went at SETI when SETI was representing for Africa, for Kemet, for black people, talking about his mouth is foul, he curses too much. Now, we've heard the brother, the elder, and besides the language, because there's other people who use that kind of language, but the double standard, the hypocrisy, the change, people have the right to change. He bangs against the Kemetic. I mean, dang. And we have Kemetic people, they're cool with that because it's an elder. Do you think you will have some Hebrew Israelites who are going to be cool with a guy that's going to say, I bang on the Hebrew Israelites, going to say, oh, it's cool, it's our elder, it's our elder. Same with Christians. You're going to have a dude who's going to say, I bang against the Christians. And the Christian's going to be like, oh, he's our elder, he's all right, he's okay. Same for Muslims. You're going to have a so-called elder. Muslim's going to say, or Muslim or not, is going to say, he bangs against the Muslims. And the Muslim's going to be like, oh, he's cool, it's okay, he's our elder. But who's like, oh, it's okay, it's our elder? The so-called Kemetic people. The so-called followers of Ma'at. The so-called followers of Kemet. Cliques. Cliques, that's my clique. I can't say he's wrong. He's an elder. Can't say he's wrong. New rules as we go. Making up new rules as we go. I mean, at this point, we might as well just, up the ante, and be like this PhD in Islamic studies.
If you want to get off sensitive, Come on, go ahead. About blacks conquering blacks. Throw Maya in the trash can. Throw Amin Ra, the slave making God away.
Stay safe, stay healthy. If I am allowed to by the Necheru, I will holler back at you. I don't argue, I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Dua Necheru. Hotel. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neture classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neture class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages,
you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/maatforever.